Confessing to a crime you didn't commit may seem unthinkable, but research shows it happens more often than you might think. And there could be several reasons why that is. According to the Innocent Project, which works to free the innocent, 25% of wrongful convictions overturned by DNA evidence involved a false confession. 95% of felony convictions are obtained by coerced plea deals and threats of a harsh sentence to pressure innocent people to plead guilty. On average, people who falsely confessed were interrogated for up to 16 hours before admitting to a crime they did not commit. In fact, it's perfectly legal in every state in the U.S. for officers to lie during interrogations to try and get a confession.
I don't have no hatiness in my heart toward them, but I don't like what they done to me and my brother 31 years ago. Just destroy our life and took all those years where we could have been somebody.
In 2015, Leon Brown and Henry McCullum were released from prison after 30 years when it was determined they were coerced into confessing to the rape and killing of an 11-year-old girl in Robeson County back in 1983. National investigative reporter Kristen Crowley looks at the techniques police use and why there's a call for change, including from a woman you likely recognize for confessing to a crime she did not commit.
Her face was plastered on every news station, on magazines and newspapers. Seemingly overnight, Amanda Knox went from a life of obscurity to one of infamy. In 2007, studying abroad in Italy, the then 20-year-old was accused of taking part in the rape and murder of her roommate, a crime she didn't commit.
It was the worst experience of my life, and no one should ever have to go through what I went through.
But Amanda isn't talking about the trial, the guilty verdict, or even her 4 years in prison. She's talking about what happened before all of that. The police interrogation.
Every time I asserted I was at my boyfriend's house, I did not go out that night. They said, no, you didn't.
Police used a tactic Amanda didn't know they could during her more than 50-hour interrogation. They lied to her about evidence, saying they had proof she was home during the murder.
Now I'm put in a position of trying to make sense of that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
She says that confusion led her to falsely confess. In 1969, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled deception by police is allowed, but some experts, like David Thompson, a certified forensic interviewer, say that was before there was data showing it can lead to false confessions.
It has a lot of power to maybe convince people to confess, maybe guilty people. It also causes maybe innocent people to have memory distrust and think, well, maybe I did do that.
We just told you we found your dead dad, and you don't give a f***.
Here's an example from 2018 in Fontana, California. This man, Thomas Perez, reports his father missing. Police bring him in for questioning and tell him his father isn't missing. 5 hours into the interrogation, Thomas starts confessing.
What about the scissors?
That's possible.
Possible?
It's possible.
Did you stab him?
I didn't think that I did.
How many times?
One.
But Thomas didn't kill his father. No one did. His father was alive. Thomas Perez confessed to a crime that didn't even happen.
No.
How is it that police all over the country, in different cities, in different states, use some of the same tactics, like deception?
Yeah, I think a lot of the interview tactics or techniques that are used go back to decades and decades and decades ago.
The Innocence Project says police deception is a major problem that needs to change. The Washington chapter has tried to get a law passed in Washington state eliminating the tactic. Joining the fight is Amanda Knox.
We can do better. We know how to do better, and I will keep fighting until it is done.